Hey guys, it's Mitch.
And I'm Evan.
This is Late Night Me.
Welcome one and all to Late Night Me.
What you guys doing tonight? We're gonna start talking about something that's, might be actually very useful.
I think it's useful in a way how to categorize your life. You know?
And by not spilling your drink, sorry.
Your drink. Your water, your apple juice, whatever you guys are drinking.
Yeah.
As again, we mentioned, we do not judge here at Late Night Me, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay?
We don't care.
It's late at night. You drink whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Do what you want.
As long as you're watching our awesome videos we make for all y'all, right?
But anyway.
Anywho, today we're going to talk about, the people you know and how you should categorize them.
Yeah.
Because we have broken it down into a couple categories here.
We have a science.
Science. We've got it down to a science. Got it down pat.
See where you fall into this. This is kind of like those quizzes that you take online.
I like BuzzFeed.
That eventually gives your computer AIDS.
Oh, BuzzFeed does not give you AIDS, everyone.
But like other quizzes that
like weird little celebrity blog or something like that.
Yeah, like
what kind of personality you are. Yeah. It's like your favorite color should be blue based on this.
Right.
But anyway, now we've broken it down into acquaintance, friend, roommate, best friend,
and brother.
And lastly, brother.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah. So let's start with the acquaintance. That's just somebody that you might work with, you might know. Hey, how's it going?
You exchange greetings,
right.
But you don't hang out outside of work.
Yeah, it's nothing too big. It's kind of just blah.
There's no texting. There's no. It's not chatting.
Nothing. It's just very minimal.
So hey, I see you're here today. That's cool. I'll see you around.
Sure.
That type of chatter.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
Now that one, but that's a good foundation to build off if you're trying to become closer with someone. Right. And you gotta start somewhere, folks.
Then there's friends.
Friends. Now that one, what would you think? What distinguishes friend from acquaintance?
I think a friend is somebody that you might have exchanged numbers with.
Yeah.
You might have hung out with at least once. You know them kind of a little bit better.
There's been an exchange of personal details.
Sure. Stuff like that.
There might be. I feel like that's where nicknames could become involved.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
To start, I feel like that would be a step.
Sure.
Into best friend.
Sure. It's still not that serious.
No, but at the same.
It really depends on the type of loss. Like, if you didn't see your acquaintance anymore, whatever. You don't see your friend anymore.
That's a very good way to look at it. Because I feel like if you lose a friend, it's very different than an acquaintance.
Right. So the next one is a roommate. So that's that gray area in between. It's that person that you live with, or a person that that you kind of up a little bit more. That person that you see and you care about a little bit more than just a friend. Because not only just as the name roommate or the the thing as a roommate. Yeah. I think it goes a little beyond that. It's just that in between part. Okay.
Now that also brings up. Sometimes you might go on to, let's say, Craigslist, Facebook, or something like that, and just or even be in random selection, can be assigned a roommate. Roommates are sometimes given to you. You don't, you don't elect your roommates at certain points of your life.
Right.
So I feel like that would be a pretty big, designator of what the roommate is. It doesn't have to be a friend, but more often than not, it could turn into that.
Right.
Or you can live with your friend. And from there, they can turn into a roommate. But it's not guaranteed, folks.
But the roommate's a little bit more intimate. They see how you live. They see your disgusting habits.
You share a bathroom.
It's always fun to do
It's always
that.
fun. Say, hey, it's your turn to clean the tub, Buster.
Or, dishes, things like that.
Dishes.
Yeah, so those are things that are brought into with roommates. However, there is the next step, which is...
That'd be the best friend here, everybody. Late Night Me viewers.
That's the person that you've known for years, actually.
I would put...
I'd say at least a year.
I'd say at least a year. In order to be secure in that best friendship, you have to know each other for a year.
For sure. You had to see some kind of disgusting things.
I've seen stuff you're not proud of, I'm not proud of.
Right. If a person, like an acquaintance saw that, they'd be like, oh,
I'm never talking to this person again in my whole life.
Best friend can accept those things, and when that best friend leaves, you really do feel it.
Oh, yes.
A lot more than any of the other ones.
That's going to be what? You might talk to your significant other oh, wow, I lost a good friend today, and it's going to take me a while.
For sure. And then finally, we have...
Brother.
Brother is the person that it can go with both sexes, brother, sister, That's the person that you've known for so long that it's kind of weird if, you know, if they saw, like, they started dating one of your siblings, or, you know, if you lost them. It's just one of those things where that's your family now.
Yeah.
Where you accept them, you give them Christmas gifts.
Just because.
Right. You go above and beyond for this person.
Okay. So now I'd say, like, let's say soldiers, they become brothers in arms.
Yeah. It's a real
thing.
Because
like, I think there has to be some sort of very deep connection. So I feel like that's where it supersedes time loops. Because say 5 years sounds like a good time.
Right.
Like, you know, loosely here, folks. I don't know.
Right. But I mean, if you've done some time together, if you know you're in a band together, there's a lot of things where it's like you rely on that person more than the other ones.
Than just say a friend.
Right.
So now, at what point do you think, Mitch, where you can see each other, two people in this world, can see each other, you know, I want to say once every, let's say, 3 to 6 months, and you pick up right where you left off?
That would definitely be a brother.
I feel like
a brother, or I would even say go as far as like a minimum, like a best friend.
I mean, I was thinking a little bit more toward a best friend.
Right.
And you guys, feel free to share what you think on that question in the comments here.
Right.
And of course, share it and like it and everything of that nature. But, you know, because I feel like, you know, there are some best friends that we can just, but of course, I say best friend at minimum.
Right.
Just because, like, I haven't seen a couple of my friends in a couple months here, but when I see them, it's right there again.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's people that now growing up, they're getting married or have kids or whatever, and it's really nice to, when I see them, just like old times, talk about the old times, the good times, the bad times,
reminisce.
That's good, and I think that's an important part in building friendships is memories, because
that's true.
You know, you don't buy things, or you don't spend time with people for the monetary amount. You do that for the value and the time,
the experience and the memory. Now that's from a very wise man. Yeah, I know where you're coming from with that.
That's from a guy across the pond. I have the pleasure of meeting, but Evan's known for quite some time.
That would be that. This is where we have to do a little shout out here to our friends Amber and Josh.
Yep.
Over in the old UK, Britain.
Britannia. They know how to stay in a relationship for long periods of time that are across not only just bodies of ocean,
space and time.
Space and time. Just like, you know, the only thing that goes past space and time is gravity and love.
And love.
Yeah.
Love, everybody.
Right.
And guess what? I'd say where do you think love fits in with friendship? I'd say best friend.
I would say,
Would you go lower?
No, best friends.
Yeah, I'd say best friend. That's when you start saying, I love you, man.
Because that's the thing where you care about that person enough that you're willing to do things that you wouldn't do for other people. I mean, there's things that I've done for my best friends, like, you know, I might have gotten in some fights,
some trouble here,
some trouble for that person to get them out, because that person meant that much to me.
Yeah. So now I heard you say best friends.
Right.
Now, what we think separates best friend from best friend? Singular and definitive. That person is my best friend. Do you think there's no distinction between best friends and best friend?
I think when you have a best friend and you introduce them to your other best friends, you kind of become like the Fellowship of the Ring. You guys are all together, and you guys are there to fight the world. I think that's what it means.
Okay, so I mean, like, what you're saying there is we should all just work together.
Right, for sure.
We should all be friends. Like, they're like friendship and love. I had this talk with my aunt. Shout out to my auntie Chrissy. Okay, last Thanksgiving actually. Because, you know, hope you all had a good Thanksgiving this year. But we talked about how love is free, right? It's unlimited and it's free.
Right.
Like, you don't lose anything.
Right.
There's always something to gain from giving someone respect, love, things of that nature. You know, like,
for sure.
That stuff is free. It's unlimited.
But just like everything free, subscribing, liking, commenting on this channel is free. It's free. You can share this video, give you a shout out, all that fun stuff. We're always looking for new stuff to talk about.
Exactly.
We've run into people, they've told us their thoughts. But, hence, my name is Mitch.
And I'm Evan.
And this is Late Night Me.
Thank y'all for joining us. Have a good weekend.